Hey, yo, what's happening, people? It is that time. It's Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
And Ask a Cop is not going to be here. He's out fishing this weekend.
Oh, he did say that. That's right. He did say he was going fishing this weekend. Bro, I hope you got
fishing this weekend.
I was going to say, I hope you got them good worms, but that don't sound right. Hope you got that good bait. Which, where you going at, that bait actually, you don't need much. So, happy fishing to you, homie. Yes, sir. We're about to get this thing going, man. Different show tonight. We're gonna talk about sports. What's happening in the NBA right now. As you can see, as he just said, it's me and Angelo right now. We're gonna talk about this sports thing that's happening. We got my man Dwayne on the boards. He'll probably be chiming in every now and then. If you want to chime in, 404-500-1605. Get it right? Boy, I done got that thing right 4 weeks in a row. That's what's happening right now. So, let's get going. We'll talk about the Knicks. We'll wait till they get to halftime. But right now, let's talk about the NBA playoffs on the other side, on the Western Conference side.
You do your full introduction, man. You got your new introduction.
The whole tagger friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do it. Hey, yo, we're gonna do this again, people. This is what I'm telling you. This stuff is live. It is live. This is what we're doing right now. Not yesterday, we're doing it right now. Now, of course, if you're looking at this on a day other than Tuesday, yeah, you're looking at a tape delay. But right now, this is what it is. Hey, yo, what's happening, people? It is time for Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
And Ask a Cop's out fishing this week.
Yes, sir. That dude is out doing what he do right now. So we're going to get this thing going. Listen, man, while you're looking at this, there's a lot of people doing a whole lot of sharing, a whole lot of subscribing, but for some reason, they're not seeming to want to do it for Classic Conversations. So what we need you to do is go ahead and hit that button, and then you need to hit that share button. What do you say, Angelo? What's your
Tell
tag
a friend,
line?
tag a friend. Tell a friend, tag a friend.
Not now, but right now.
Push your goddamn button. Push your goddamn button.
Hit it one more time, homie.
Push your goddamn button. Push your goddamn button.
That's what we need for you to do. That's my man Dwayne over there on the boards right now. He's probably going to be a part of this conversation. 404-500-1605. I want you to give us a telephone call. Get in touch with us. We can talk about this thing. Got a lot going on tonight. We're going to talk about some sports stuff. We're going to, talk about some things in regards to what I'm doing out here in these streets. Hopefully that's going to motivate some other people to do the same type of thing. We don't usually do the sports thing. We usually do it within the show, but tonight we're going to make that a focus to talk about the NBA playoffs since it is down to the Final Four. Doing what we do. Angelo, how you doing, bro?
Hey, man, I'm good, Gucci, brother. I can't complain at all. Some stuff went on this week, man, but I can't recall what it is. But
what's up? What's up with Asa?
Asa, it's Asa, man. So, but he finished up, with I think Asa is now officially top 3 in overall in his class. Class of 400 something students. You know what I mean? He's in that top 1 percentile. So super proud of him. Congratulations to Zion, who graduated. My nephew Zion graduated from high school. He'll be headed to Kennesaw.
The picture that you posted.
Alexis and that crazy, right? Hey, wasn't that crazy though, man?
All I saw was you with that number 21 on and that net jersey back in the day. That's all I saw.
That's hilarious.
That's all I saw. That's all I saw. I said, "Oh,
that's
wow,
funny.
Boy, that's the Low that I knew when I didn't know Angelo. That's that guy right there, bro. That was dope, though. That was dope to actually.
That was cool, man.
Yeah, to actually
that difference, man.
Yeah, the difference, and it was your sister?
It's my sister and her son. 24 years apart.
That's dope.
And it was crazy because I didn't even realize when I took the picture with him, I was standing on the exact same side that I was standing with her. You know what I mean? So when I looked back and saw the picture with at the restaurant, I was like, that's crazy. Look at that.
Yeah. That was
that's wild.
That was a great moment, an authentic moment too. Like you said, you didn't even know it was happening. It was happening right there.
Yeah, it's too cool.
You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to everybody out there, man, that's got these graduates. One of my partners, my man, Big Sid Curry, his son just graduated. He posted his grades from like freshman year through senior year, and I know this kid, he's really quiet. Matter of fact, kind of remind me of Asa. Quiet kid. He has a grown man ass voice. So, I always thought this dude, he out there in them streets with that deep voice. He girls going crazy. Yo, bruh, hundreds from freshman year all the way through senior year.
Yeah.
My man posted it. He graduated this year. Big shouts to, the parents that's doing this, man. It's not easy. It's crazy that when we graduated high school, it was like what we were supposed to do. But now it's like it's a big accomplishment.
Can they hear us?
For one, just to get us through, just to get us through safely. It's a huge accomplishment. So, shout out to everybody that's got those graduates out there. Big shouts.
Shout out to my niece too, Orlandra. She came down, surprised us for the graduation, but she has just graduated from, got her associates the week before. I didn't get a chance to get to Virginia to make that, but shout out to Orlandra as well, man. And yeah, cool stuff, man. All
right. Well, not to bring it down, I probably should have done this first. Shout out to my wife. Man. Let me tell you something.
Facts.
My wife's mom passed this past Wednesday. Last Wednesday, we done the podcast Tuesday. I was on set on Wednesday, and she passed later that afternoon. But let me tell you something, man. My wife actually sat next to her mother. The way I'm sitting next to you, she sat next to her mother for the last 13 days of her life. She sat right there, and she made sure that she was comfortable in her peaceful it was a peaceful transition because my wife sat right there next to her and made sure that it was peaceful.
Strong, bro.
Hey, bro.
Strong, bro.
I told her, I said, let me tell you something. You dope as fuck.
Yeah.
She said, what you mean? I said, babe, I said, everybody can't do that.
Facts.
I'm not saying what I would and would not do, but in my mind right now, I don't know if I could sit and watch my parent go through that.
I agree.
And when I tell you she sat there every day for 13 days with her mother and made sure that everything was peaceful, she sat there every day for 13 days and made sure everything was peaceful. So shout out to her. We dealing with it the best way we can. She's actually doing pretty good. If I know a lot of people's gonna ask, she's doing pretty good. And we're working it out. We're gonna get out of Atlanta this weekend just to get away and just refresh her mind. Cool. And appreciate all the prayers and everything that's come. But yeah, she's my
tough, man.
Shero right now.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do. Like I said, now it's gonna be hard. We still got a path to travel. My wife and my wife's mother and my mother has the same birthday, so we will travel that path together. That's gonna be rough. It's right around the 4th. It's the 5th of July. So y'all keep your prayers going for us strong because that's going to be, another thing we got to get through. But I'm sure with the prayers of everyone out there and the strength of the faith that we have in God, we'll make it through that. We'll make it through that for sure.
Yeah, prayers to Kaya, man. I know when y'all first announced it, and from the time now, it obviously went pretty swiftly, which is always difficult. I watched Robbie deal with that with her father, when they moved swiftly. And like Kai, she was able to be there for those last literally moments. So that takes a lot of strength, man. So prayers definitely with her. When I saw it, I was like, man, I definitely said a prayer right there on the spot. Too many times people say, yeah, I'm praying for you. They ain't said not one prayer.
Right. Right.
I actually said a prayer right there on the spot.
So, like I said, everybody that actually prayed, appreciative of it.
Yeah.
And for those that didn't, Go ahead and do it now, and I'm going to still appreciate you the same way.
I'm glad y'all sticking in with us watching the brick screen. Hopefully we get this visual up soon. The camera's tripping. But I see y'all can still hear us. And at least it's nice, colorful blue screen.
I know.
Blue bricks. It could be worse.
Yeah, it could be. I'm trying to figure, is that, damn, I thought I had shades on. I forgot these glasses ain't got no lenses in them. That's like a bluish?
Yeah.
Between the bricks? Like
yeah.
Mortar between the bricks? Okay.
Yeah, that shockwave blue, actually.
Hey, there it is. So,
Frank said, y'all have never looked better. I told you, man. It do it every week, man.
appreciate that, Frank. You know, any compliment we can get, we'll take it. But yeah, so let's move forward, man. This NBA playoffs is going right now. You know, Atlanta, the ATL has a specific interest in the NBA playoffs right now with my man Anthony Edwards. You know, playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's had some disappearing acts. You know, in the second game of the series, you know, he didn't shoot in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. Third game, Ant came out and looked like the old Ant. He was aggressive from the beginning, set the tone. They ended up winning by 41. And then last night, dude took 2 shots in the first half, 13 shots for the game. And he is the leader of this team. What do you think about that, bro? Do you think that do you feel that there's a hidden injury that we don't know about, or do you feel that it's just the defense of Oklahoma City, or is it that the defense has him just trying to play what they call the right way?
Honestly, you know, watching the game, and I watched it, and I was kind of confused as well. But when I heard his take on it and then reflected back on the game, his take wasn't far off. Because, you know, one thing you can say about OKC, they play defense.
Yeah.
They play defense.
They're handsy.
They're very, very handsy.
Handsy.
And that boy Caruso gets on folks' last nerve. He's the guy that you love to hate.
A white guy with a headband.
You love him on your team. You hate him if he's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's all over the place. He's the reason why Jokic had to go to the house.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Jokic.
Yeah.
Look at last game, how many shots Jokic got off. You know what I mean? And then because Caruso, every time he touched the ball, he'd do it right there. You know, so I think it's good defense. You know, and it's hard to say it's good defense at 128 to 126 game. You know what I'm saying? It's hard.
That part.
But you know, I think he's right in terms of he did make the right plays because it was 128 to 126. It's not like they got blown out by 41
Right.
points and he only took 16 shots. They made 16 points. It was 128 to 126. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what we're saying, if he would have scored 30, the game would have been different. It was 128 to 126. It was a good game.
Yeah, I don't feel that
go
the
ahead.
game was lost with Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that the game was lost with what's my man?
Randall.
Julius Randle.
Yes. Now,
Because
facts.
if, you know, when I saw Randall out top dribbling and trying to go between his legs and make a move and all that type of stuff, I was like, these guys in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that's going to be initiating the offense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, I saw Ant make some great passes. I thought he was aggressive at times. Let me ask you this. Do you think he should have taken a Kobe Bryant stance and said, if we're going to lose, it's going to be because I shot 30 times and we lost? Or,
You know, again, it was 128 to 126. You know what I mean? Now, what I would say is, the only thing I would say to that statement is, in the last 5 minutes of the game, then yes.
that's what he should have.
Then at that point, he should have been more dominant. He should have, you know what I mean? He should have been Brunson. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Yeah.
these guys who are elite guys typically, even when they're sharing the ball, that last 5 minutes, y'all know what it is. You know what I mean? But with that being said, bro, they would literally D'ing him up. He was getting doubled at the minute he came close to half court. They was on him. If he every time he went in the corner, there was two over there. I mean, they were D'ing him up.
And what I saw was when he got anywhere past the 3-point line, not only was he doubled, there was some other eyes on him. And that's when your secondary player has to step up. That's when your secondary guy has to step up. And I thought that Julius Randle really
was a no-show.
I mean, game 2 they benched him, but this time they didn't, and you still had the same impact that you had when you got benched.
I agree with that.
And Ant needs the help. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying get rid of Julius Randle, but I think he still needs something else with that squad.
But what though? What do you think? Because what's the kid Williams? Was it the little slim kid? Jalen Williams. Hey, balling. Hey, kid was balling, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? They had some other guys who still stepped up.
Now, who has stepped up was my man's cousin, Alexander Walker.
Yeah,
bro, he stepped up.
Yeah. A boy killing him on offense, but he definitely stepped up
so
as
now
well.
You think about that. With him stepping up, if Julius Randle gave them 60% of what he usually give, you're right. That game is totally different. Totally different.
I think they lost the game on the fact of second chance opportunities that OKC was getting. You know what I mean? And then the rebounds was crazy. But here's another stat: they had almost 24 turnovers. Minnesota did. Minnesota had like 22, 20. It was almost 20. I think it might have been 24 turnovers, bro. You can't have 24 turnovers in the NBA playoffs, in the Western Conference Finals. You got 24 turnovers?
And you know where I think that comes from?
This is where they lost the game, man.
This is the craziest thing. Is you know where I think that comes from, bro?
What's that?
Because they had Conley on the bench for Alexander Walker. Conley is steady. He is steady. He's not flashy. He's steady, and he's going to take care of the ball and make the right pass.
Right.
Not saying that Walker is turnover prone, but I just feel that when he's in the game, the team is more erratic than when Conley is in the game.
They're trying to keep that pace with OKC.
Yeah. If you had Conley in the game, Walker, Alexander Walker, and Ant-Man, Randall, Gobert, and what's the other the stretch center? Naz Reid, subbing in and out. I think that's a better lineup. You need to bring my man DiVincenzo in every now and then, but I just feel that Conley, you have to keep Conley in the game to keep the pace where you need it to be, because I think that they feel that they have to run to keep OKC's defense from setting up.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel that if you got Conley in the game and you run your sets the right way, that Ant can do more in the half court. Because when you're running, it's not Ant that's getting the ball when you're running. It's somebody else getting it to finish instead of Ant. So I feel that they have to put Conley in the game. Actually, let me change that. Yeah, that's what I feel would have helped the last game, but I actually feel it's pretty much a done deal. I think going back to OKC, it's a done deal. I don't think Minnesota has a chance to win the next game. Be honest with you.
I ain't gonna lie, I would be utterly amazed if there's another game past 5.
You're right.
You couldn't afford to lose that game right there. However, the way these playoffs have been,
Crazy this year, right?
it wouldn't surprise me. You know what I mean? I'd be amazed, but I wouldn't be totally, you know what I mean? It's
good point.
Yeah, I'm glad you got that right, Vic. I about to say that game, 69, they about to make another run. But yeah, halftime 69-64. Number one fan said Ant-Man sprayed raid on LeBron and Steph. His can is empty. Dang. Frank said depends largely on refs. They are so inconsistent on how they call fouls. Shots flopping all over the court while Ant's getting mugged. He needs to make it about him. He can pass in the offseason.
But see, the problem is Ant hasn't figured out how to flop. Ant flops after the play when the other team is going the other way. SGA makes sure that his fouls are seen while it's happening. Ant is so strong, and he feels that he can go through everything.
There you go.
And honestly, that's the basketball that we know.
Yeah.
You go through it, and you let the ref make the call. But the new basketball now is if somebody reaches, you flop and try and make the shot while flopping. Ant actually goes through it and tries to make the shot as a strong play, waiting for the ref to make the correct call. But the new NBA, it doesn't work that way. And as you said with the refs, it seems that it's like the NBA said, all right, too many people are talking about offense. Let's let them play a little bit. But then the refs are reverting back to every now and then calling some of the craziest things, but they don't call the obvious stuff, but they call the stuff that you're sitting back looking like, that's a foul with everything that they've been doing this whole game, and now you don't call that.
Sense you up, man. Go hit that AC, man.
Yeah,
turn me into an ice box up in this joint.
And that's where I feel the NBA is at right now. The commissioner doesn't know if he wants to sell offense, and then when the playoffs come, revert back to the old NBA to where defense was.
And well, I think what Frank said is accurate though, because you have some games where you be like, "That they ain't call that,"
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And after they called that the last.
Yeah. So it's very, very inconsistent. Which you would want to say at this level, the playoffs are supposed to be the playoffs. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be a little bit more physicality. Supposed to allow some certain things.
And the crazy thing is, it seems like in the first 2 rounds, it was more physical, and the refs was really letting them play. Now it's still physical, and they're calling it. They're letting certain physicality go, but then the same physicality that you let go, then you're calling it. And I don't know if that's a directive. I don't know if the refs are just confused, or maybe the crews have changed. Usually in the playoffs, it's certain crews that's calling games, but it almost make you feel like there's a ref that came in from the regular season now that's making some of these calls, because it's physicality, touch foul. Physicality, touch foul. Physicality, touch foul. It's just, like you said, it's inconsistent. I ain't think about that. I need to look into the crews that's actually doing it. So I mean, we said what we think. I don't feel that Minnesota has a chance in the next game.
Yeah, I don't.
Ant would have to shoot 35 times for it to be a.
And they're not
chance.
gonna let up off of him. You know what I mean?
And he's not that player to just jack it because he needs to jack. You can see that he's that guy that makes the right play.
Again, I say 128 to 126. It's hard to say, you know what I mean? I really think he was correct. But, Minnesota, 24 turnovers, bro. You know what I mean? That's gonna eat you every time. The number of turnovers and the number of offensive rebounds they gave up.
People saying that he struggled. I would say he struggled from the 3-point line, but I wouldn't say he struggled in the game. 3-point line, he was 1 for 7.
But he only took.
But he was 5 for 13, everything. So that means he was what, 4 for 6
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He ain't taking enough shots. He didn't take enough
Yeah,
shots.
and that's what he said. He said, I don't feel that I don't feel I took enough shots to struggle.
And I know
I would say you struggled from the 3-point line, but I wouldn't say you struggled for the game.
it's hard to argue that.
Yeah, because I mean he had 6, 7 assists. Probably should have had more if somebody would hit some shots, but hey, yeah.
Congratulations, Kiki. Got her corrections officer. Her oldest son graduated from City of Atlanta Corrections Training. Good,
Okay, all right, yeah.
great job. Congratulations.
Good deal. Good deal.
That got to be an awesome moment, you know what I mean, from a parent standpoint.
Good deal. Good deal. Been there. Tell that young man to stay safe up in there. Just tell him stay safe and understand that men are men, but they've made a mistake. As long as he's understanding that they're men and they've made a mistake and he can respect them as men, he'll do fine in that
No
role.
problems, yeah.
He'll do fine in that role. There's too many people that go in there thinking that you're a cop and you're supposed to be overriding, you're the overseer of these guys that's in prison.
Dehumanize them.
Yeah, when actually all you are is basically a gatekeeper. You just there to make sure people don't run out. So understand that, respect them as men, he'll do fine in there. He'll do real good in there. Too many people go in there thinking that, I'm the strong man of the law when actually you're not. So
There's another
congratulations
problem
on
right
that.
here is Brunson. Brunson has another one who's having an enormous amount of turnovers. An enormous amount of turnovers. I mean, and they be such basic turnovers, just ridiculous. Ty Vick says the only time I watch because I really miss the old school days of the NBA. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of. Do you miss the old school? Do you feel like it should be the physicality being taken away is taken away from the game?
Oh, shit. I'm 50-something years old. Yeah, I do. I do feel that you know what? Wait. I wouldn't say the physical. I would say that it's a different NBA,
Okay.
and the 3-point shot is what it is.
Okay.
And people are not taught to go to the basket at a younger age. So
Okay.
referees are not taught to call things going to the basket. If you go to a high school game, you will see 6, 10 kids taking 3-point shots and going behind their back and going between their legs.
And bringing the ball up.
Period. That's what you're going to see.
Yeah.
So I feel these same referees that's refereeing high school games, they're coming up with the same players. People that ref high school games, believe it or not, people, it's careers. They move on to college, then they move on to pro. And they're just not used to seeing the physicality of the game anymore. So unless they get a directive when they do see it, it's little tick and tack fouls or whatever. I do feel I miss the physicality of the game. I miss that over 2 steps was a travel. I miss that when you
that's crazy.
come to a jump stop, that's your stop. You can't stop and then take 2 steps and make a layup. The NBA game has changed, and I get it. I get why, because offense is what sells tickets. They looked at, what was the last team that did it? The Detroit Pistons,
In terms
the
of being
bad
defense.
boys.
Yeah.
As far as just being, 89 to 87 games. I feel that the NBA said, congratulations to y'all, but this is not what's going to sell tickets for us, because I hate to bring, I ain't going to say race. I'll say the way we play basketball, I feel that came into the ticket sales type thing.
Okay.
I feel that,
Do you think the European had a lot to do with it?
I think the Europeans coming in, changed the way the NBA looked at marketing.
Okay.
The way the Europeans played, and because the NBA wanted to go global, they had to accept the way they played. I'm surprised the goaltending thing hasn't changed yet. And I think it will change, because the NBA wanted that. So the Euro step, which, shit, let's face it, 8-9 years ago was traveling, is now accepted in the NBA because the NBA wanted that to be accepted so that there more European players could come. I wouldn't say Dirk, but of course, Luka with the European. I mean, all of them have adapted to it now. But I just feel that like traveling is a non-existent thing in the NBA right now. If you see a traveling call in the NBA, if you bet on it, you're probably gonna win.
I saw the
crazy
first
money.
carry last night. I ain't seen a carry.
I did too.
I ain't
You're
seen
right.
a carry called in forever.
What did they call it? They called it palming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's people palm the ball all the time now. I mean,
Yeah.
SGA does it all the time. He has a great move where he comes up and he pulls himself up as he's about to shoot it, and then he grabs the ball this way and pushes it back out. Bruh, that's a carrying call in the day. That's a carrying call, but now it's not because the NBA has looked upon making money with offense. And again, sometimes you have to look at that and say, okay, I get that part, but it different in the NFL. You can't hit the quarterback because they want more offense because offense sells tickets. But defense is what wins championships. It's been a known factor. Even though the Lakers back in the day was Showtime, people don't get that they actually played pretty good damn defense. It wasn't an all-defensive player doing a whole bunch of blocking shots, but it was a team defense that did it, the Chicago Bulls. When you look at the Bulls, they had Jordan, wowing you, but Jordan was all defensive.
They had 3 all-defensive players.
Pippen was all defensive. Dennis Rodman was all these guys played defense. Now, is there anybody playing right now that was on the defensive team that's playing right now in the last 4 teams? Is there anybody out there that was all defensive? Other Dort, what's the name? Dort, the Dortcher Chamber. I like that kid though, real talk. But how many? It's not a lot of defensive that made the all defensive team that's actually playing in the playoffs right now. And some of them that's playing in the playoffs is because they just blocked shots. It's not because they played defense.
Yeah.
Because to me, if you're 7'3", 7'4", and you blocking shots, what the hell else are you supposed to do? You're supposed to block shots. But playing defense on the perimeter, that's when you talk about, being an all-defensive player. And
I think Rudy was on a defensive team.
Yeah, Rudy was. But again, all Rudy did was block shots.
Yeah, block shot, get rebounds.
When they actually do a screen and get him one-on-one, he toast.
No, it's facts.
I saw him kick his leg up last night. It was the funniest thing, bro. I rewinded the TV to watch it. I meant to take a picture of it, post it, but that was funny. It's
facts.
Now the Knicks, Indiana, 2 totally different contrasts. The Knicks need to slow it down and play half court because they have Brunson. Indiana, their name is the Pacers. Guess what? They're trying to pace this game and run up and down the floor.
That's what they're trying to do.
And I think where the Knicks messed up at in the first couple of games is that they tried to run with them. And I think that's a coaching issue to me. I think Coach Thibodeau is such a defensive coach that he doesn't realize that, bro, you need to chill and let these guys actually slow the game down so that you have a chance. Because when you're running with Indiana, you're going to wear out because you're only playing 5 or 6 people.
So with that being said, let me see a lighter real quick. What were your thoughts about the fact that they had to go to the bench and the bench was successful on this last game?
It goes to show you, just like I just said, coaching. You had the players, but you decided not to do it. They've had the players the whole season. And they've played them most of the season, but then when the playoffs got here, slow it because I think I overfilled it. But I just feel that it's a coaching issue. It's not a player issue that you did not play these guys. And I think that's been the biggest issue with the Knicks. If the Knicks somehow came back in this series and won it, they're probably going to get swept in the finals because they're going to be worn out. They'll be worn out. After every timeout or play timeout, look at these players. Somebody is reaching for their knee. Somebody's reaching for their calf. Somebody's reaching for their hamstring. He's wearing these guys out. You can't play guys. The Lakers did it earlier. Played 5 people for the whole second half.
See what happened. See how that worked out for him.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it, bro. I mean, and like you said, with Brunson,
who's a liability on defense.
And again, this dude, bro, he's 6'2". I don't think he's 6'3". I think he's about 6'2", 6'1", 6'2". And he's taking a beating for the whole game. You got Josh Hart, who's not really a scorer, but he's that guy. He's that garbage guy. But you can only pick up garbage for so long without taking a day off. And I think that's the problem with the Knicks, is that they're just wearing them out. If the Knicks don't win tonight,
it's over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same scenario. I mean, you go down 3-1, man.
I think the Knicks have a chance of winning going home, though. One game. I think they can win the game in the Garden.
So you say if they lost this game,
I think it will end up
they can make it. They can make a 6-game series because they played at home. Although they lost the first 2 at home.
Yeah. Other than that,
I mean, but how do you come at? So let me ask you this question before we move. The last game when they came out from 20, was that the Knicks or was that the Pacers? What was your thought when you watched that epic comeback?
I think it was the
Pacers.
Knicks
Or the Pacers?
I think it was the Pacers.
Tell me why.
Because they stopped. You can when you play in the game, you can play to win, or you can play not to lose.
Not to lose. Okay.
And I think the Pacers started playing not to lose.
Okay.
And when you start playing not to lose, you get tight if it gets closer. And I think that's in any sport, honestly. When you start playing not to lose, I would say 7 out of 10 times you're gonna lose. You can with the Pacers, I don't think they can really slow it down as much. They actually have to go for it. And I think the Pacers started letting certain shots go and not playing physical defense because they felt, all right, we'll score it and neutralize that score that they just had instead of, playing real hard defense and then coming back and playing the clock. But when you start playing the clock in the third quarter,
right,
you're not gonna win the game.
Right.
You got to play the game. You got to play the game until about 7 minutes left. And even that's hard in the NBA today, the way these playoffs is going. There's been so many 20-point comebacks. 20-point lead don't mean nothing in the NBA.
This got to be a record of 20-point comebacks.
It actually don't mean nothing in college anymore neither. Again,
the 3-point, the same thing you talked about earlier is the reason why. I get so frustrated watching teams. If I'm up by 20, why am I still shooting threes? And why am I still shooting threes with only 8 seconds off the clock? I'd be like, what are y'all doing?
Looking at the game last night with OKC and Minnesota, Minnesota was actually trading 3 for 2. They had a chance to come back because these dudes were shooting threes, but as you said, OKC was getting the offensive rebound and then putting it in for 2.
Correct.
If they would have actually gotten the offensive rebound, they actually could have won that game.
Man, when I said I was in the office last night, I was like, man, why are they still shooting threes? Man, just go in there and take the 2. These jokers are missing. Why would y'all come back down and shoot 3 too? It made zero. It was
so again.
But that's his new game, man. This is new basketball.
You come back to the physicality. What we was talking about earlier. Do you miss the physicality of it? The physicality is gone because people want to take 3-point shots. I almost feel that they need to push the 3-point shot out, which, I mean, I don't know if that's going to help because then everybody going to say you giving Golden State the advantage because of Steph Curry.
It don't even matter to him, right?
He ain't got no range, so.
Ty Vick said, I don't like to see a 7-footer shooting threes. But, Kevin Durant's 7 foot, which is crazy. Frank said the 90s was like Mortal Kombat. It was like Mortal Kombat. Players are much more skilled. The game is just so uneven. Like JT is saying, the game was either at the rim or behind the 3-point line. No mid-game. Too much traveling. Supreme Monk checked in, said nothing against the girlish player today, but the mid-'70s to 5 years after the Jordan era was prime basketball. Thank you, Ms. Brace from Kiki. Congrats, Key. Cat got hot, and then Pacers got tentative. Like that was last game. Yeah, Cat got. Boy,
he
did he
did.
get hot.
Yeah, 20 points in the fourth quarter. I didn't think
They already shooting from half.
I've never been impressed.
No, they already shooting from half court. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I've never been impressed with Cat, even when he was at Kentucky. But he balled out that last game. But again, he when he's the one shooting threes and Brunson is the one going to the hole, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with my 6'1", 6'2" guard, the one that's going to the hole, and my 6'10", 7-footer is sitting out. Look at him right now, waiting.
Yeah. Now that is no, you're right. I mean, when your big men don't want no banging at all, you know what I mean? I mean that's why AD didn't want to play the 5 because he don't want to go inside.
Period.
Most of these guys they don't want that. They don't want the bang no more. And you're right, Frank. They're ultrally skilled. The skill level of these guys now compared to that same prime basketball Unc was talking about, the skill level is well beyond. These guys talent level is ridiculous. You know what I mean? But they're not willing. But the physicality is definitely
and it has to do with a lot of the coaches that they've had. Basically giving in.
Is it the coaches though? Think about this though. Is it the coaches or is it the upper management? Because they want to sell tickets.
I'm speaking high school and AAU.
Okay.
If I'm coaching a high school team and I got somebody that's 6'9", 6'10", 230 pounds, 20 pounds in high school. Mm-hmm. Hey, son, I don't mind you taking a three-pointer every now and then, but I need your feet, at least one of your feet in the paint. I need that. That's why I need for you to start at. I don't need for my point guard to dribble. I don't need us taking the ball out of bounds and throwing it to you to dribble up the court. I need for you to start here to where the defense now, they got to put a big man on you. So now if you have an advantage over that other guy, step out and take that. But just going down and jacking up threes, I think coaching, they're giving in to it. And I think it's trickled down. It's trickled down from the end because some of these kids, these parents, and some, these kids, they're looking at Cat, looking at Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a little different though. He's a little different. But they're looking at Cat. What's the boy for Indiana? The center for Indiana. Miles Turner. They're looking at Miles Turner shooting these threes. So they feel that that's what they should do also.
So let me argue that for a second. Based on what you just said about the AAU player, when you think about the game of the 80s, the physicality and things of that nature, we were awed by the fact that Magic Johnson was a 6'8" point guard. Mm-hmm. That was an anomaly. Now, it's not shocking to have a 6'8" point guard, a 6'6" point guard, 6'7" point guard. Mm-hmm. So what these guys, I think, are looking at AAU is what's getting drafted. You know what I mean? What's getting drafted is these guys who are tall that have the ability to bring the ball down. And I think they feel like we'll figure out how to use you, but if you have that talent level that you can shoot threes at 6'9", 6'10", we'll figure out how to maneuver you. You gonna, after your 1 year college. I think what I don't know if it's with AAU is like with these kids rather is this is what I gotta have. And if I'm coming to your AAU team, if I can't do that, and I'm going to the next AAU team.
And that's where the coaching comes in at and saying, you know what, I get it, but I can't use you doing that. And AAU, let's face it, if you've been to any AAU tournaments at a higher level, there's no post play. There, in a full game, what is high school now? 8 minutes a quarter? In a full game, you might see 20 plays where a player actually caught the ball, and this is from both teams, caught the ball in the paint and actually had his back to the basket and put some moves on and did some, Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, some footwork, even Bill Cartwright. We can even go there. You might see 20 plays where that happen. And what you're saying, my thing to that is, if you have that skill, that's a skill now that everybody got. Show me something else that you can do other than just shooting threes at being 6'10" or bringing the ball up. If you can show me at 6'10", 6'11" that you can actually post up and go out there and shoot, I might work with you. But as far as just doing that, Magic Johnson, I'm not going to say he messed things up. He's still an anomaly. Tyrese Halliburton is the only one that's actually been able to do what Magic Johnson did. You think about it. There's been a lot of Penny Hardaway. Who else? There's been a lot of tall point guards that try to do it but didn't last. Halliburton is the only one that's been able to do it. Average 17, 18. Magic wasn't 30 points a game. Magic was 15 to 17 points a game, maybe 18 points a game, 8 to 11 assists a game. That's what Halliburton is doing. Not a lot of tall point guards have been able to do it.
Because they're true point guards.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying. What the real deal is, there's not a lot of true point guards anymore. Most of them are all
they're taking the tall people that actually has ball handles and put. When you look at the OKC's lineup, SGA is the point guard.
Yeah.
He's actually the point guard.
That leads the league in scoring.
And he averages 4 assists. I mean, he averages 4, but when you're shooting that much, you can't average 8, 9, 12. Halliburton, I don't think he's a superstar, but I do think that he is a star. And it's basically because he has one of the ugliest shots in the NBA, but for some reason it goes down.
Go in.
I know coaches had hell with that. Like, dude, we need to change this, but he never changed it. But he is the only.
But can you be a superstar when you average? What's his average? 17, 18 a game? Is he even 20? Is he even 21?
No, he's not 20. I don't think he's 20 points.
So I don't think he'll ever be a superstar at that. I don't think you can be.
Anymore. I don't think you can. I think Magic Johnson was the last one of real point guards, not lead guards. People,
right.
Lead guard is somebody else. Lead guard is an Isaiah Thomas.
Right.
Lead guard is an SGA. Lead guard is somebody that's going to average 25, 30 and get you 3 to 4 assists a game. I don't think that he can be a superstar that way because of the simple fact that the NBA, if you're not averaging 24, 25 points a game and selling arenas out when you go to, let's say when you go to Charlotte is right now is one of the lowest selling arenas in the NBA. If your team comes to Charlotte, if Indiana goes to Charlotte, it's not going to sell out. Not going to sell out. Ain't nobody buying tickets to see Halliburton.
Correct.
Not doing it.
Correct.
They're not going to do it. When you're a superstar is when you can sell out arenas on the road.
The average fan probably remember Halliburton from last season and forgot about him all year until the playoffs.
Until the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, but they got him in the end. That's what they got him in the end.
I mean, he made the Olympic team, and a lot of people was like, "Why in the world did he make the Olympic team?"
Yeah,
and he didn't play. Now everybody say, "Well, neither did Jason Tatum." I think that was a personal thing to me myself. There's no way Jason Tatum shouldn't have played. Yeah, he should have played a little more in the Olympics, But
I mean, I don't think he fit what they needed. You know what I mean?
And with the Olympic team, I think you have to start looking at the coaches because
but they had a lot of Jason. They had a whole team of them
of Jason Tatum's.
Yeah.
You had a whole. You're right. You had a whole team of that. So, do you just put him on the team so he can get a gold medal? I guess you have to because you have to wait 4 years.
How you gonna justify passing over him?
Right, you have to wait 4 years for him to do it again.
Yeah.
So a lot of people got on Steve Kerr for that, but I was like, shit, who is he gonna take out the game? Kevin Durant.
Here's my point. They were loaded.
Take LeBron out.
Yeah.
I mean, Halliburton sat on that bench and cheered mightily, but then nobody argued about him because he's not considered a superstar.
He helped him out at practice.
He's not considered a superstar. Nobody. Just like when Christian Laettner made.
Yeah, he not the face of the. They're not considering him the face of the league, so they don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Who is considered the single most dominant player today? Opinions, please. That's from the Supreme Unk. Who is considered the single most dominant player today? Interesting question. I think it's one answer, but go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Jokic.
Yeah.
Hey man. As much as I wanted SGA to win the MVP this year, but let me tell you something, because I thought that SGA should have won it last year. So I wanted SGA to get it this year. Mm-hmm. But when I tell you what that dude, Nikola Jokic, did this year, if that's not the imprint of a most valuable player, I don't know what is. The stuff he did, he's the most dominant to me. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
Oklahoma City may have opened up some different stuff by putting a smaller, tough guy on him because nobody has ever done that before. But he is the most dominant player in the NBA this year. I mean, that dude, it's a triple-double waiting to happen from the center position. That's Wilt Chamberlain-ish in regards to triple-doubles, not in regards to scoring. I know Unc remember Chamberlain back in the days. So he's I will go with him easily.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jokic is definitely the most dominant, single most dominant player, without a shadow of doubt. There's no answer for him.
Yeah.
There's no answer for him. I mean, what he did in the playoffs, darn near quadruple double. I mean,
I don't see anybody close to it.
Yeah, what he's doing is just, and this is a second round draft pick, folks. You know what I mean? But what this guy's doing is just phenomenal. I think he's definitely the single most dominant player. And I agree with Frank. The second one would be Giannis. There's no real answer for Giannis. Now, Giannis is a guy that if Giannis ever did get what you were talking about earlier, if he could really just sit there and catch that ball and post you up, and do that Olajuwon turnaround. Hey, if Giannis ever had a post game, oh my goodness, he would be yoked.
Yeah.
He would be a more athletic.
Yeah. Giannis is a problem also.
Giannis is a problem, but it's always coming downhill.
Yeah.
Most of his jump is right here. I'm right here.
The thing with
he can't
Giannis,
do what Yo can do.
If you can,
he didn't do that turnaround.
If you got three players that can wall him off, you can get by him. In regards to get by Milwaukee, he learned the aspect of. I think he had like four or five straight triple doubles this year. But then when teams figured out who to leave open, them triple doubles stopped. Mm-hmm. But Jokic is the most dominant in the NBA by far. Giannis is next. Shit, after that it's just in spurts because like you said, Brunson in the fourth quarter, he's a clutch. SGA, he's just consistent. I was trying to think, bro. Embiid was on his way before this last injury. And I've never been in the
last
fan,
injury, right.
But he was on his way before this last injury. He was really on his way. That dude was having a season that was different. But yeah, Jokic is different for sure.
I'm assuming we're not taking a break, Dwayne, because we didn't run right through this thing.
We need to take a break, nigga. I need to go to the bathroom.
Hey, we're gonna take a quick 2-minute break, and Dwayne just letting that roll. Y'all can tell Boss lady's not here tonight.
What's
We ain't got no signs, no nothing.
I'm about to do like Shaq.
But we're gonna take a quick minute break, man. Then we're gonna
Y'all
come
keep
back
rolling.
and talk about our new star. Yeah.
We back, people. We back. Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
And like we said, Asking Cobb is out there fishing.
Yes, sir. The boy got that good bait. He got that good bait. Doing his thing. We're going to talk about that next week when he get back.
Yeah. We want to see some pictures.
See what type of fish he actually caught, you dig?
We want pictures.
Yes, sir. We're going to see what's happening. Hey, man, again, man, y'all need to go ahead and share this thing, man. You know, go ahead and subscribe and share this thing. Get it to those people. When you share it to them, make sure that you tell them they need to subscribe, because not only will our live broadcast come up, but also when we do our shorts and our when we cut down the actual episode, they can actually get a notification in regards to that also. So make sure that you're sending that on out to your friends, you know, so we can get this thing going like it need to be going. Got some comments over there, homie?
Yeah, a couple comments while we're gone. Thing we don't like to talk about. Podcast says, "What's up?" He said Giannis needs a legit number 2. So what are you saying about
Dame? Damn.
Although he's gonna be out for the year, but are you meaning outside of Dame, or I'm curious what you mean by that. Frank said Wemby is trending that way and still needs to fill out his body. Yeah, Wemby, he has a potential for sure, but like I said, he got to get bigger. But again, he's a 7'7", 7'3" guy shooting threes.
I don't know if he's gonna get bigger. I think Wemby is Wemby. I think Wemby. Yeah.
Well, he got to at least get stronger. If you don't get bigger, he got to get stronger.
Yeah, I think that we've seen the weight that we're gonna see on Wemby.
Mm-hmm.
What I think you need in San Antonio, especially, I think that he's gonna be Tim Duncan-ish, to where he's not gonna be averaging 30.
Okay.
He's gonna be averaging that 21, 22 with a great cast around him. I think that's what he's gonna end up being. But I don't think that he's going to be Giannis. I don't think he's ready. If he gets stronger, maybe, but I don't think we're going to game him. I like what you said in regards to getting stronger. But weight-wise, especially now that we done had this medical scare, you know, you have medical scares, it changes everything that they doing with you. So I don't see him in and out Mexican food. He been in San Antonio for 2 years, and I think he maybe gained 6 pounds. So I don't think too much is gonna happen with that. What we all black again?
What?
Picture went all black again.
Still got voice. But you're right. Frank said Dame is hurt. Achilles and blood clots. Yeah, that's why I was asking. Was he saying that he's not a number 2, or is he saying based on the injury he needs a number 2 outside of Dame, or was he not saying Dame was considered a number 2? I was just
brought
curious.
Dame back too early.
I was just curious about that thought process. And speaking of weight, is Zion gonna ever play?
No. No. Listen. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Tar Heel.
Okay.
I said it before he left.
Mm-hmm.
The torque that he puts on his legs is not going to work in the NBA. Charles Barkley was short, but Charles Barkley jumped straight up.
What's going on? Not charged up?
Charles Barkley jumped straight up. Charles Barkley didn't do all these hard moves. Now, when he's healthy, he's a beast. But the torque on it reminds me of Jamal Anderson when he was with the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
You can't carry legs like that and do the cuts and stuff that you do and expect to last a long time. Zion is never going to be that guy because of the. He doesn't have to be because he fooled New Orleans and they paid him all that money. But he's never going to be that guy because of the simple fact that he can't keep his weight down. And it's too much torque with the way he plays. He's 6'6" at best. They got him at 6'7", 6'8". He's 6'6" at best that can jump.
I agree.
So with that, you have to do a quicker jump. You have to do quick twitches. And that puts way too much pressure on his legs. This is why he keeps having injuries. Mm-hmm. Think about it. When he comes back from an injury, lights out. 28 and 8. 5 assists.
Yeah.
But after about 7 or 8 games, maybe 13, 14 at the most, he goes back down. Too much torque on his legs It's like a lineman in football. This is why you see all linemen wearing them braces because of the torque that they have to put on their legs.
Sure.
You cannot do that with the human body, bro. He's not going to be that guy. But the good thing is he bankrupted the damn Pelicans. He got his money. He got his money. He good. But
So with the torque, are you saying that if he committed to losing the weight, you still feel like he couldn't produce if he committed to it?
I feel if he committed to losing the weight, he wouldn't be the same guy. He's not going to be as
Interesting.
powerful.
Interesting.
He's going to be slimmer. Now, he's a huge guy. Going through people is what he does.
That's his game.
He cannot go through people if he's down to 220. Can't do it. I saw it in college. The dude, Frank, I'm sure that you remember this game. The dude, he made a cut and came out of his sneakers.
The whole world saw that.
Tore his sneakers apart. And these wasn't just some sneakers that we had as kids. These was Nikes that was given to him by Nike. He ripped out of him. Too much torque. He can't do it. He certain people, it is what it is. And he's one of them guys. Again, people compared him to Charles Barkley, but the difference with Barkley was Barkley went straight up. Barkley didn't do a whole bunch of crossovers and cuts to where you're almost leaning towards the ground and then power up.
Barkley went winning dunk contest.
Exactly. Exactly. Good point.
He was just dunking the ball.
Good point.
This dude win a dunk contest.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to do that junk at that size.
Yeah. He's an offensive lineman is what he should have been.
Frank said, tight end. Frank said that's because he's hungry. He need to stay out the French Quarter. He need to stay off OnlyFans. In my opinion, his is all mental.
I ain't gonna say stay off OnlyFans. Hey man, men is men. There's a whole lot of them on OnlyFans. They just paying them girls more.
Yeah, President Obama was at that game. But losing weight, though, I mean, you can, it's like Shannon said. I mean, the dude, like you just said, he bankrupted the Pelicans. So that means you can hire a chef. You can eat good. You can eat without, as we all know, in a weight loss journey, it's all about what you
changes.
It's all about what you put. What you're eating. I mean, let's just face facts.
Period.
You can work out till the cows come home.
Yeah.
If you ain't eating right,
and I
if you ain't eating right, it's gonna be a problem.
I can't imagine when you're an elite athlete and you start getting these injuries, and they tell you have to change your eating habits when you most likely have already changed them. So now you have to change it more. When I tell myself that I have to change my eating habits for 1 week, it is hell. So you think about somebody that's always been 245 to 260 and feels that he can't play unless he's 245 to 260.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot to do. I don't see it.
Frank says Obama was at that game, the shoe game they came out of. Kiki said, "Where is Phoenix?" Because Klassic Konversation turned to Sports Center. Hey, listen. As you can see, that's hilarious. Timothy Williams. Timmy said, "What up, cousin?"
What up, Tim? Man, that dude used to have some games in basketball, boy. Ooh,
that right?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Kiki, because Phoenix is out here, is kind of why we leaned more towards Sports Center. But we're going to go to the next topic, but I was waiting for the cameras to come on because I didn't want to have this conversation without the cameras being on for this particular segment. We're going to go to our next segment, and we're going to talk about a guy named Robert. But no, real talk though, man.
Hungry ass dude.
JT is officially been on the Country Wayne skits that are nationwide. Let's just face facts. These skits are bananas, and I've been telling y'all about these skits, particularly everybody here. I've been telling about these skits prior to him even getting on. When he got on him, I told him, I said, man, this junk crazy. I knew when he told me who he was, I already knew all about the character because I know I follow those stories. So I already knew, but JT, let's first talk about how it came about, and then let's jump into how amazed you are at the number of people. Because even Harvey even posted your thing on
Right.
flag football today.
Yeah.
You notice all that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
John's crazy. First, talk about how it come about.
I I've been I followed Country Wayne because of I'm in a play called God Guys, which we've talked about on this show. One of my castmates had been on Country Wayne. Always thought that I would do well on it, and actually, one of the producers reached out to someone.
She is nice, Frank. I told him about her too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So one of the producers reached out to a friend of mine that actually put me into the running to be this character, and they actually picked me to be a part of it. That's how it came about. Kathy,
Did you have a trial? You had a trial? You had a rehearsal?
K Smiles, I appreciate you. K Smiles reached out. She sent them pictures and she sent them some videos of some other work that I've done.
Okay.
Because she's been at some of my plays. So she sent them and she hit me up. She was like, I hope you're okay with me sending your images. And I was like, it was NIL type shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, I'm cool. Send it,
Mm-hmm.
And they actually picked me for it. And that's how it got started. K Smiles Entertainment. Give me your shout out, girl, because I totally appreciate you doing this for me. She put me in on this, and that's how where we are right now.
Okay. So now, with that being said, part 2 is, and Frank said, nice, that female looking good. I told him when he told me the role, I said, oh man, the chick you're gonna be working with, boy, nice.
Hey, before we even go to the next question, let me tell you something. Looking at the episodes with my man Corey on it, I already knew. All these women are good looking. All these women are professional. They are dope. They with it. So I knew what I was walking into. Well, let me change that. I thought I knew what I was walking into until I walked into it. And yeah. My backstory of being in modeling, beautiful women, being backstage, seeing it helped because these are some beautiful women. That is, even the producers, man, it's dope. It is a dope production for real. Yeah, for real.
So, since you just kicked off, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember I hit you up, said, because again, me and you saying Timothy Wood, your cousin Timmy said he definitely talking fat. Country Way has me hooked for the last year or so. Yeah, I've been on these things when it really first started back with him and Roe and all, because I was, anyway. So I've been this, for the duration. I've been watching these things develop, these characters develop, how it's grown from just Country Wayne and Rolanda to character after character after character and producer after producer after producer. And it's just now everybody has their own world on this, like literally a YouTube soap opera. So with your short period of time being on there, how amazed have you been in just a few episodes? Bam.
I'm gonna tell you, learning the story, it was amazing in itself.
Okay.
The first couple that we did, it was kind of short or whatever, but I was eager. I'm like, yo, I'm hitting them up, texting them like, yo, I'm available. Y'all ready to go? I'm ready to go. But they had a plan, and after learning the actual storyline of it, I mean, they warned me. They said, listen, this is who you're going to be. You need to be ready for, you're going to get compliments, you're going to get ridicule, you're going to get hate. Folks are going to want to kill you, the whole 9 on social media. Are you ready for it? I was like, yeah, bro, I'm good. Shoot, I post things. People say I ain't post good stuff. I'm good. The first one without my face being shown, I was like, yo, damn. I mean, They talked about my shoes.
Split it around. Dwayne as JT as Robert, not Robert as JT.
They talked about my shoes.
Get it? Hey, they went on. They called that. No, they can't let it go. They called you old man shoes.
Yeah, they was like they didn't see my face.
That's all they showed your
They
shoes.
were like, I know that's an old man with them old man shoes. I'm like, damn. Boy, they coming hard. Look right here. I don't leave home without a towel. Period.
Every day.
Angelo will tell you.
Regardless.
Anytime Angelo have seen me, no matter where I'm at,
Facts.
smoking cigars, coaching flag football, playing flag football, going to bat, I have me a towel. Mm-hmm. So my man, shout out to Chase. Chase was filming. He was like, bro, he said, you always have a towel. Yeah, he said, all right. He said, roll with it. I said, yeah, I was. That's who I am. Whoo-wee. When I tell you this towel, if this towel could get royalties, boy, I'd be paid because they have been talking about my towel. This is an old school play. He got that towel in his pocket. Why that man got that wash rag in his pocket? Oh, man. It is.
And I remember you told me when you said before you filmed, you said, I'm going there with my towel and everything.
Yeah. Towel hanging out the back pocket. Now, don't get me wrong. The one that was released, the first one that was released, showing my face, I didn't realize my towel was that long out my back pocket. I give you all that one. That thing was always down to my knee, to the back of my knee. But
hey, Dwayne, you post one of the links of one of his things on the thing, so if people ain't seen it can.
It's been dope. It's been amazing. Like I said, when the first one came out without my face being there, I knew what I was in for.
Okay.
I even told my wife, I said, baby, are you ready for this? Because it's coming. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's gonna come hard. And when they finally, we filmed. I just finished filming a couple of skits this past Sunday, and actually Sunday. And actually, it dropped that night. The first one with my face being shown. So I'm excited about moving forward with the storyline, man. It's real cool because they give you creative space. They give you points, and they give you creative space to do what you need to do. I can see even more because I'm learning more about the story that I can add to it. So Robert is a motherfucker, man. Robert. But I don't want to call him Bobby. We're not gonna change it, but I'm calling him old, as in OLE, old Robert.
Old Robert.
Old Robert is a motherfucker, man. He working his way. It reminds me of me within this acting game myself. He's working his way up to that prize. So y'all stay tuned for that.
See, but now have you seen the? You know how you got some of these series where they have people actually have their own talk groups to go over these episodes. Have you realized that you're part of those talk groups now? They have their own talk groups.
You know what?
To go over all these episodes. Somebody
actually sent that to me. I've only been able to do the go through the compliments, but somebody sent me something, said, hey man, you need to go in these talk groups and see what the hell they talking about, bro. I hadn't been in there yet, but I have. Just the comments alone is. I didn't know it was. Like I said, when I looked at it in the past, I just looked at the actual content. Never really looked at the comments. It's
crazy, ain't it, man?
It's crazy.
It's crazy, ain't it? These folks, they just serious.
I actually had family members of mine reach out like, "Yo, you need to go in there and say something because I'm tired of them talking about my cousin." Calling my cousin this old dude, he's a pedophile and all. He bad because he mess around with the daughter of his fiance.
Right.
Yeah, I've actually had some people reach out.
It's slimy now.
Yeah. Old Robert he's
Wait, I can't wait. I can't wait till you have to run to Amber. Amber,
Yeah.
I know Amber gonna light you
Yeah,
up.
I'm waiting on that. I've
Between
heard
Amber and Mama Brenda, boy, they gonna tear you up, boy.
I found out about how Amber doesn't like me.
At all.
But actually,
She found out with her sister about you.
yeah, I don't want to give too much of it, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you can't do that.
Looking forward to running into Amber, but old Robert is a motherfucker. He persistent though. He don't play. He going at what he going at.
I see.
And he doing it in a
Cool.
and calm kind of way. But you'll see that Robert's. Stay tuned.
Hey, we watching. Don't worry. Hey, listen, don't worry. We watching.
Stay tuned.
We
Yes,
watching.
sir. Stay tuned.
I gotta say, man.
Old Robert is a motherfucker, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm locked into all the storyline, man. I know all the characters, man. That junk crazy too, man. But it caught my attention, man. And because I know so many people that's on there, it makes it even more intriguing for me to watch it. You know what I mean? Because I know so many characters. It's about every storyline. I know somebody's in about every storyline. You know what I mean? So I'm tripping watching.
Yeah.
All different people, you know what I mean, and it's really really cool. It's really really cool to watch.
It's a dope production.
It's gonna open up so many more doors too, man. Are you excited and ready?
I'm excited. I you know what? I feel that I'm prepared, but you never know until it comes. To be honest with you.
Okay.
But I do feel that I'm prepared for it. Again, me and my wife been dealing with some emotional things on some other level. But I think I am prepared, and I think she is as prepared as she can be right now. But I'm looking forward to the doors it's going to open for it. I mean, shit, this is what the hell I started doing this shit for, to be honest with you. And then and honestly, this is the most gratifying thing about the Country Wayne series. I was actually recommended for this, and they chose me.
Okay.
That is when you're on this path, that is a gratification that you really can't explain because they chose you. But at the same time, the hunger that I have, just because I was chosen, doesn't mean that I walk in there thinking, shit, y'all chose me. What the hell y'all gonna do? Fire me?
Right.
I walk into this thing knowing that I want to make this better and better. I want this production to be even better because I'm in it. I live by the motto of the biggest room in the world is a room for improvement. It hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped. I still that dude. I'm still JT, but I am as prepared as I can be mentally for what's about to come. But as the things come, I'm recognizing that it might be a different level that I need to be prepared for. But it's the work, man. It's the work at it. It's studying, not only studying yourself, studying other actors. I was just on set this past Friday with this actor. His name is Tobias Trullian or Trevelyan or something like that. Seen him in a lot of different, BET, a lot of different movies, and having a conversation with him. I'm always working at it. I take, when people say, what's your acting style? I'm like, man, I take from everything that I experience and try and put it into it and try and relate to that whenever somebody asks me to do a certain thing. As far as Robert, hell, I've never, let me make sure. No, I haven't. I've never messed with a daughter of a mother that I was messing with. I've never done that. But I've known some people that have. So, I've pulled from it. So it's the work at it, it's not only a physical work, but it's a mental type thing that you have to get yourself prepared for to be able to do it. And you got to recognize, man, these are 3-minute skits. Right. That's it. We're not doing long skits. It's a 3-minute spot the way you get it. And, shout out to my girl Amanda. we've been pretty good on one hitter quitters.
Really?
You know, getting it in on the first one. Now this past Sunday, I did kind of. There's a part where I'm supposed to say beginning and end, and I kept saying end when it's supposed to be the beginning. I kept saying that, so it took us three takes on that one. But we've been pretty good. We yoked up pretty good together.
How many people are typically on the set when you're filming? So far,
3, maybe 4.
it's pretty short cast.
Yeah, pretty short cast. Different areas. We might do 3 or 4 in a day.
So you're now fully engulfed in what the true backstory is on Robert, though.
I am now. At the beginning, I wasn't. To be honest with you, that first scene, I knew that I was going to be recurring because they told me that I was, but I wasn't fully engulfed in it. But I'm pretty much, especially listening to the fans. Especially, when the first one came out where my face wasn't shown, I had to produce up, and I was like, yo, these comments are crazy. She was like, yo, I'm tripping that they already know who you are. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. So I had to do, I had to look back and try and find some stuff where I was mentioned. So
them folks on that first page when you just walk in your old man's shoes. The fan, they was like, oh, you saw them, was like, oh, that must be Rob. Oh, that's him. That's gonna be everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was picking up on who you were. You know
I had no
So,
idea that people would know who I was already.
just by that.
But when I saw that, I was like, damn, they already know me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but
These folks serious about these storylines.
and they know me, but at the same time, they don't know me. So that gives me the space to actually create.
Okay. I like that.
Create somebody, that they're going to know. But
Gotcha.
they know me from,
What the storyline was.
I've been.
So how do you feel now about manifestation, man? Because you're doing a lot of things that you've been talking about doing. You've been saying you want to be on a Tyler Perry set. You've been saying you want to be on it. I mean, how do you feel now? Where's your mental at in terms of this career path that you're going through it at this stage?
I'll be honest. Country Wayne actually took me to another. I ain't gonna tell you no. It took me to another level. Yes, I've always said that I want to be on a Tyler Perry show, and I've been on Tyler Perry movies, sitcoms. I was just on She Is the People, episode 3. I'm like the oldest mover in Atlanta. Look at it, episode 3. We're moving her out of the house. See me in the background. But this actually showed me that I'm prepared for the other stuff that comes with it. Because I've always wondered, if I'm actually in that spotlight, will I be able to deal with the ridicule? Will I be able to deal with all of that type of stuff? The praise, the ridicule. Will I be able to deal with it? And I'm actually, I sat and read those comments, man. It was shit. What? 3,000 comments? I sat and read those comments, and I had a good time reading it, so I know that I'm prepared for it. So it actually is pushing me. There's a moment, when you out here in these streets trying to do this thing, and when you didn't start your life off trying to do that. I wasn't 30 years old saying I was going to be an actor. I did a open book play, and my son, I'll never forget it. My son was like, Dad, if you want to do this, I'm good, because, I had him every other weekend. He was like, I ain't got to come over every weekend no more. If you need to do some stuff, go and do it. That's when I said, you know what, let me try and do it. So I didn't start out like a lot of actors that started out of high school, going to drama classes and all that type stuff. This is why I do background work on sets, because I don't do background work to try and be on camera. I do background work to actually study. I've actually gotten in trouble because I was in places I wasn't supposed to be because I was studying. I was looking at principal actors do their thing when I was actually supposed to be in holding. But I wanted to see what they was doing, see how they was moving, seeing how they was reacting, seeing the questions that they was asking. So I really feel damn good going into 60 years old that this dream is actually something that I could actually grab a hold of and accomplish. I've done some indie films and it was great, but seeing the response from so many people that I don't know who these people are. Bro. I don't know who these people are. So seeing the responses from some of these people, whether it's what I'm doing, whether it's how I look, whether it's ridicule, whether it's good, bad, whatever. Yeah, I'm loving it. It's spurred me even more. Gonna study even more now. And sometimes, in this thing, you need something to make you push further. Because sometimes you can get to a point to where you say, it was good. Maybe I've done all I can do. That's it. But this actually has lit another fire up under me. Real talk. It's lit another fire up under me. That and podcasting, man. A lot of people want me to get back out there on the runway and model, but shit. Acting and podcasting is where it's at right now for me. Right? That's where it's at for me right now. You could say that it's actually reignited a certain fire within me. Because again, doing that, shout out to everybody out there that's doing it, that started at a later age. Being who you are, being a husband, being a friend, being a brother, being a coach for a flag football team, there's a lot of things that you have to, a lot of hats you have to wear sometimes within this thing, and some sacrifices that you have to make within it. But seeing the reactions and everything to this has made it all worthwhile. I promise you, bro. It came at the right time, because I was wondering when they was gonna drop it. It came at the right time for me, because I needed that moment to see it, to actually spur, push me even further to actually, dive deeper into the craft.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, man, like I said before, we're super proud of you, bro. I know it's going to be a dope experience for you. I think it's going to definitely open up even more doors. You're going to probably, in the next 24 to 48 hours, man, you'll probably have, not knocking anything you've done before, but you'll probably have more views of you.
Facts.
In the next 24, 48 hours than everything.
Yeah, views that I can actually see.
Yeah.
I'm sure that I'm sure I've been seen on a whole lot of different things, but now I can actually see that I'm being seen on it. I've had people reach out to me when they've seen me. Matter of fact, She the People, I hadn't forgotten that I'd done it, but I had kind of forgotten that I'd done it because I didn't know when it was coming out. And I had a partner of mine hit me up, say, "Yo, bro, wasn't you in She Is the People?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Were you a mover?" He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Bro," he said, they got you good too." I had no idea. So actually being able to see it and get the love from, I'm getting love from people, bro, that I forgot that I knew.
Yeah.
I'm getting messages, text messages.
I believe it. I'm getting messages about you. I'm getting messages. Hey, man, I saw your boy from the podcast, man. He on. It's so many people that watch this stuff, man. You would just not. It ain't just the one. It's men. It's men, women. Everybody follows this thing, man. This thing is huge, bro. Yeah. This jump right here is. It's probably, hey man, this thing's crazy. Hey man, this thing is huge, man. Yeah, so it's just super dope, bro. Super
again,
dope.
I knew it was huge, but until you in it, you don't know how big it is. And every time I click on that button, bro, and I see that doggone that view number just go up, and them comments just keep going up, I'm like, wow. All these people.
Don't worry about the comments either, man. They told me when I was doing my sit down uptown interview, they said, "Dad, I ain't know Judge Mathis, Dad, gonna do interviews with comedians now." said, God, dog, he for call me Judge Mathis. So, hey, yeah, man, boy, jump tickle me pink, man. So you gotta deal with the comments, man. It's all good. Hey, that's what they said, man. They said, man, I ain't no judge. But I said, oh boy, I had to hit like on it. I said, oh yeah. I said, you got me with that one, man. That's funny.
And you know what? I haven't even really commented or hit like or anything other than people that I know, you know, that's commented on it. I'll hit the love button or the like button or whatever. But I hadn't done, you know, actually went in there and let them know that that's me type of shit, you know, type of stuff. But, you know, some people actually have tagged me or whatever. I haven't even looked at my, you know, you have that, the inbox where people that you're not friends with are trying. I ain't even looked at that yet. But I saw the number go up, so I'm sure that there's some stuff in there.
The more your character grows, bro, the more it's gonna grow. You're gonna be amazed at what you're about to embark on, man, and you deserve it, brother. And we are extremely happy for you, extremely proud of you. We want to continue to see it grow. You know what I mean? We're gonna, you know, I'd already talked to Jay, who does he's on the sets with Ernestine and all them. It's a whole nother sit with J-Mo and all that junk. You know, he always want to come do the podcast, man. So we're going to get him on here one day, man. We're going to, you know, maybe get a couple more. We're going to have a Country Wayne daggone.
Let's make it happen,
Classic
man.
Conversations, Country Wayne show style, man. So
let's make it happen.
Yeah, we're going to make that. We're going to definitely make that happen, man. But congratulations, JT. We're going to be definitely watching. All y'all, we put the link on there, man. Y'all check out some of the stuff, man. And we're going to follow JT's journey here.
Yeah, get on in there.
As Robert.
Yes, sir. Robert.
You know
Robert is my old Robert.
Yeah, because he got to do it.
Robert.
And you got to act because some of these people came in as themselves, you know what I mean? But it's not a whole lot of y'all that's actually coming in as different names and all this stuff we got to do. So that's, you know, so it's going to definitely, it's going to be some good acting for you, man.
Hey, Tyler. Hey, man. Stop playing. Me and you have talked on set. You took a liking to me on set, you know, because of the jacket that I had on and everything. Come on, bro. Go on, make that happen. Hey. And also, you know, I'm freelance right now, so I don't cost a lot. Come on. Let's make that happen. Ain't nobody taking 15% of my money. Holla at me.
Hey, Timmy said, yeah, man, people were killing you in the comments. Frank said, remember when Robbie turned 40, you had that dinner with the comedian, and he cracked on my pop's old school players, salt and pepper hair, safari khakis, and Pop walked to the stage. Yeah, your Pop walked to the stage, well, he ready to fight. Some people you can't joan, and Frank Daddy not one of them. But it's crazy, he the Jonas. This man was
Joan everybody, but won't let him take it.
Hey, boy, not about no comedian, boy. He would talk, man, that joke was hilarious. My thing stopped showing up, so I saw somebody say, Todd Vick said, you do like old Judge Mathis.
How y'all do look alike?
Judge Mathis interviewed Marvin from Raising Canaan last week. It was dope. Hey, you funny, man. Middle finger. All right. My comments not showing up on my phone, so I'm gonna try to get all the ones up here. So we're gonna go to our top 5 real quick.
Yeah.
So think about your NFL team. Where'd Dwayne just go?
Right.
See, Phoenix, he's just so undisciplined.
Bruh, he was just there.
Yeah, I know, right? So think about your favorite NFL team. And with your favorite NFL team, give me your top 5 players of all time from your particular favorite NFL team. Your personal top 5 from your NFL team. I was going to let Dwayne go first, but he doggone walked out the room again.
All right, well, let's see here. What we got up here?
So Alina has Colts, her favorite team in the Colts. She got Peyton Manning, Reggie Wayne, Johnny Unitas, Dwight Freeney, Eric Dickerson, and Marvin Harrison.
I keep forgetting.
You a real fan.
I forget.
Say Dwight
Yeah.
Freeney, you got to really know what you're talking about.
But-
Dwayne, you walked out the room, man. Top 5. I know your favorite team is, so give me your top 5 of them birds.
But the Eric Dixon, a lot of people forget that Eric Dixon played for the Colts, bro.
Yeah. Julio Jones, Michael Vick, Tony Gonzalez, Terrence Mathis. Okay.
Tuggle? Jesse Tuggle?
The Hammer.
Yeah, Jesse Tuggle.
So,
bro.
excuse me, Terrence Mathis over Roddy White.
Really?
I was about to say the same thing. Really? Why?
I guess because he's from Atlanta? Yeah.
Really?
Hey man, I think that Roddy White is probably the damn near the best receiver the Falcons ever had.
Now, Julio the best Falcons you ever had.
I look at it because Roddy White played with 12 different quarterbacks, and each year he got 100 receptions.
Yeah, no, he was a bad boy.
That's hard to do. That's hard to do.
They only had 2 years between Michael Vick dog fight. And Roddy White played with Michael Vick. You talking about?
I gotta look that up.
You are that now. All right. Kiki got Jamal Anderson, Andre Rison, Julio Jones, Mike Vick, in prime time, Deion Sanders. You definitely missed Deion.
That's that one big time.
All right, JT, you up, buddy? With them Giants. Who you got with them Giants?
All right. them
Where you at,
Giants.
Frank?
Them
Waiting on
Giants.
yours.
Giants. Them Giants. Oh, wow. Have to go with Tiki, running back.
Okay. Over Otis Anderson? Just curious.
You know what? Tiki, Rodney Hampton, and Otis Anderson. All at number 5.
Okay.
All at number 5.
I've got Rodney Hampton. Yeah, that's a bad boy, too.
Eli Manning at number 4. Never really was an Eli fan, but I mean,
Two Super Bowls.
Two
bro.
Super Bowls, you know, you got to roll with it. You got to roll with it. Michael Strahan.
Okay.
That's 3. Number 2. Who do I want at number 2? Wow. You know what? I'm going with my Carolina boy, Hakeem Nicks at receiver. I'm going with Hakeem Nicks at receiver. And number 1.
Wow.
Number 1. Another Carolina boy. LT, baby. Lawrence Taylor. But Hakeem Nicks at receiver, 88 was a beast. Yes, sir. 88 was a mug. 88 was a mug. You know, I like my little Cruz, like him. You know, Plax. Yeah. You know, Plax was, you know, there's a lot in there, but, you know, Dave Meggett was one of my, Dave Meggett got to be my honorable mention. I love Dave Meggett. Just the name alone just got me.
See if you can find Frank's. See if you can find Frank's 5. I don't see Frank's. He said it's there, but I don't see it.
Lawrence Taylor though was number 1 for me.
Huh? Big Ben. Okay. Mean Joe. Palomalu. Franco. All right, and AB with his ignorance.
Hey, Frank, have you seen the
shoot-
NFL stuff that they've been doing on the Pittsburgh Steelers recently? Bro, I've been looking at it for the last 2 days, man. They've been doing some stuff on those teams back when Lynn Swann and them was first drafted, when Terry Bradshaw took over as quarterback. Those some good documentaries, bro. America's, what is it? America something. Oh shit, 47 seconds.
The real America's team.
Yeah. It was some good stuff, man. You need to pull that up. Them Steelers.
Todd Vick got his Eagles. He says Mike Vick. Interesting. Reggie White, Shady McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, and the Hitman, Brian Dawkins.
That is interesting. He got Randall Cunningham as an honorable mention.
And Randall Cunningham is honorable mention. That's
Over Mike Vick?
Over Mike Vick.
And Donovan McNabb.
Under Mike Vick. And, yeah, I'm confused. Todd Vick, Donovan McNabb, Randall Cunningham. Vic, what did Vic do? Vic didn't lead y'all nowhere.
Yeah, 1 year. He got all pro, but
I know y'all love Vic.
all pro don't even matter no more.
Donovan McNabb, man. All right.
Oh shit, he made it.
I'm going Lynn Swan. Because that was my boy. Definitely Franco. You know, when I was a kid, wanted to be a Pittsburgh Steeler one day. Those are the two people I wanted to be. I wanted to be Franco Harris or Lynn Swan.
So you got to realize, growing up in North Carolina, I was a Giants fan, but I couldn't see the Giants. We only had 3 channels, so we had to look at Pittsburgh and Dallas. And Franco Harris was my guy, and I had hair. Well, I was a Franco Harris boy.
Yeah, I had the Franco Harris jersey and everything, man.
What's up?
Like I said,
Damn.
But when that Halliburton went off. But when I was out in Germany in the yard playing football by myself, I was Lynn Swan, boy. I was catching everything that out there.
Jumping up, catching.
I was jumping up, and don't let it be the snow. But I was diving in the snow with the ball up out the snow, boy. I was Lynn Swan up in that joint, boy. You know what I mean? All right, your cousin Timmy got Dan Marino, Warren Moon, Franco Harris, Wesley Walker, Broadway Joe. Well, you went top 5 players. I said your team.
Yeah, Tim. I think Tim liked the Jets.
Okay.
He ain't got much to choose from other than Joe Namath.
Yeah, your favorite team. Other than Joe Namath. Yeah, I guess you're a Jets fan. They had a few good players.
Joe Namath, Altoon. I got
God, dog.
Yo, Giants, Jets, right? Jets.
Franco, I'm gonna mention Hines Ward and Greg Lloyd. Yeah. All right, I got Lynn Swan. I got Franco. I got Big Ben. I gotta go with he already said Mean Joe Green, so I'm gonna go opposite of just different player. Jack Lambert. I'm gonna go Jack Lambert. I'm gonna put Mel Blount and Donnie Shell together because I just thought
yes, sir.
Though that was just cornerback safety Tanner. They were just dynamic. Donnie Shell don't get the respect due, but Donnie Shell was a bad boy as well. And I go honorable mentions all day long. I can go Jerome Bettis.
Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
bro.
it's Pittsburgh. Yeah, I go a whole bunch of honorable.
Yeah.
He said you a great Mathis pretending to be Lynn Swan. Bro, you get on my nerves, man. You get on my freaking nerves, man. Oh, man. Kiki said you should visit the NFL Hall of Fame. Learning football is so dope. It really is.
Hey,
It really
my
is.
play,
What a super dope experience it is.
the God Guy stage play, we actually being booked for Canton by a LeBron James group, and they booking us to go. We're gonna go to Canton.
You haven't been before? Oh, yeah.
Never been to the NFL Hall of Fame. I've been to the NBA Hall of Fame. I want to go back to that again.
I ain't been to the NBA Hall of Fame. Where's that one at?
Shit. It's in Massachusetts, Springfield.
Oh, that's right, Springfield.
When
That's
I tell
right,
you,
that's
bro,
right, that's right.
they got the
I have no reason to go to Springfield, Massachusetts.
They have the because the thing is in basketball, the one they have it's the basketball Hall of Fame, so they have college and pro.
That's
So
right. Yeah,
They have a Carolina row,
gotcha.
and then they have a Michael Jordan row. Oh, bro,
I bet that's dope.
yeah, I want to go back. I need to go back
I-
because
I-
I spent too much time on those 2 rows.
But what
remember anything
did you
else?
go there? Did you go just for that, or were you there for some other reason?
Just for that.
Really?
Just for that.
Because I
Just
can't
for
figure
that.
out no other reason to go to Springfield,
No,
Massachusetts.
there's no reason to go to Massachusetts other than to go to the basketball
I
Hall
haven't
of
been
Fame.
there. NFL Hall of Fame was super dope. The College Football Hall of Fame here. I don't know if people have gone because people live
I
here.
need to go. I haven't been
People
yet.
live here. People typically don't go to places
That's
where
here.
it's here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I need to go too.
But yeah, it's really cool too. A lot of good stuff. But NFL Hall of Fame, man, was amazing. It really was amazing.
Yeah, we're going later this year. God stage play. Matter of fact, anybody want to go?
Frank says he's been to both. So I was about to ask you, have you been to the NBA Hall of Fame, Frank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody want to go to St. Martin and see a dope stage play? God stage play.
Y'all been to St. Martin?
Yeah, we're going to St. Martin September 22nd through the 29th, my birthday.
Really?
So yeah, y'all.
What days to play on?
The play is going to be the 29th is Monday, so the play is going to be on the 27th. That's Saturday.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Going to St. Martin. Yep. So your boy's about to be an international.
Interesting.
An international.
I think JT. Gotta go support you, man.
Hey, come on. Come on, St. Martin.
I gotta go support JT.
Been already. Got a cigar lounge waiting. Let's come on. Oh yeah. I've been to St. Martin before. Got a cigar lounge over there. All I gotta do is reach out. Yes, sir. September. Yes, sir.
Dwayne, we gotta support our boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Classic Konversation. Let's go.
Said we're gonna be in Springfield, might not have went, but St. Martin, that's a different conversation.
Come on, let's go.
That's a different conversation, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we gotta go to St. Martin, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm put that on the where's my calendar?
God Guys, the stage play is going to St. Martin, bro. Yes, sir.
That's dope.
I'm about to be
Frank
in.
said I used to live in Newport, Rhode Island, so it's pretty close. Basketball's on the world stage and covers all levels, even high school and both sexes.
Look at his dad. His dad upstairs. They got him upstairs.
He was banned to the booth.
They got him upstairs. Yeah.
Okay, St. Martin. That's what's up.
Yep.
All right, Teasy. That's all the comments. That's everybody. I think we got Ty Vic said, what? No birthday party? Birthday party? It's in St. Martin. What you talking about?
Hey, man. Don't let Vic know your birthday is. He gonna throw a party for you.
Oh,
He
really?
ready. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Vic
Hey,
ready.
Vic, let go, man. St. Martin birthday party.
Yes, sir. Vic ready. Vic ready to throw a party. Vic ready to throw a party. Period. He ready to throw a party.
Mine June 13th. Double Nickels is on the way. Double Nickel is on the way. God, dog. I remember you were talking about Double Nickel, man. I'm here.
I got a shirt for you, bro.
Hey, I remember when you were doing it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a beautiful thing.
Dog, boy, now I'm almost here, man.
After that, you just got to wait to 60.
That's it.
Ain't no good number between them.
Put that on your Palm Pilot, Greg Mathers. I don't know why I said this in front of Frank of all people, man. I made a mistake. I'm trying to daggone help my boy to not worry about these comments, and here you go. It's about your Palm Pilot. You
Right.
funny. Hey, man, you're
Not
funny.
the BlackBerry, but the Palm Pilot.
Yeah, look at me a BlackBerry. It just said Palm Pilot. That dude get on my nerve, man. I want y'all to know that.
Hey, man. We're gonna be in so much trouble, though, from our boss lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be in trouble. We're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, no doubt. But we had fun. We had fun doing it, though.
That's y'all make sure that y'all share this thing so that we can say, hey, everybody shared a lot that night, though.
Yeah. I need some more Hey, give me some stars, some all that good stuff on the side real quick, so she'll know that y'all were logging in with us, y'all riding with us all
Phoenix
night.
know that we was, we was doing this because y'all
super
was
late.
Here. Yeah, so the game is over. Yeah, we still sit here. Yeah, we usually get over and we still look at the game.
Dwayne left talk about 40 minutes about basketball.
And he left. Dwayne left Phoenix. He walked out. We couldn't stop because Dwayne just left.
Yeah, we ain't on no time. He ain't flashed not one card, Phoenix.
Man, like I told you, bro, Classic Konversation is done off the hip. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's facts. Much longer. Hey, but one more time, man. Let JT sign us off. But congratulations to JT on his Classic Konversation skits. The Country Wayne skits. We're gonna bring it on Classic Conversation though. It's gonna help Klassic Konversation too, JT.
Yes,
Get
sir.
this thing popping.
Don't get it twisted.
You know what I mean? Get all your new followers. You know,
Don't
some
get
new
it
fans.
twisted.
You know what I'm talking
Don't
about?
get it twisted. I'm waiting to pop that thing in there. Hey, man, y'all need to follow that dude. Go talk about him on his podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But congratulations, man. Again, prayers to the wife. And we'll wait to see the fish from Ask a Cop. That Lady Cop wasn't here. They asked Lady Cop, are you fishing too?
Hey.
We so messy.
Look, were you the fish?
I ain't heard from him all week.
Right. Were you the fish?
I ain't heard from her all week.
Is she the fish? Ooh-wee.
Boy, y'all terrible, man. All right, tease, it's on you, Doc.
You started that. Don't talk about y'all terrible.
I'm surprised Frank didn't mention it.
Yeah, man. Great conversation again. I'm so appreciative of the support. Please keep watching not only the Country Wayne skits, but make sure that you keep logging in to Klassic Konversations. Make sure you share this thing. Make sure you let people know we are here. I'm going to do what I can to make sure that some of these people that's hating on me can, come watch the old man over here. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it is.
Dude, lad comment. That dude is so retarded.
Hey, Vic, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Look at Kiki talking about so messy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Klassic Konversation is what we do. So, yeah, we're going to go and get logged out. We'll be back here next Tuesday, man. Ain't no holiday, nothing like that. Yeah, we'll be back here next Tuesday. Same time, same channel. Again, make sure that you go ahead and share this thing and make sure when tag somebody, have them to share it also. Make sure that they share this thing, man, so we can get this thing where it needs to be. And that's going to do it, man.
Yeah, it was a little messy.
Oh, boy. Next week going to be good. All right. So we out, man. Klassic Konversation with JT and Lo.
And Ask a Cop. We'll soon be next week, man.
We out. You dig?